ধরা যাবে না। আর আজকে তোমার ধরো আজকে হচ্ছে যে তোমার 9 তারিখ তো 8 তারিখ, তাহলে আর ধরো 12 দিনের মতো আছে। 12 দিনে কি আর খাবে, তার মধ্যে তো দুবার যাতায়াতই করবে। তাহলে তো এই মাসে আর টাকাই লাগা উচিত নেই কিছু, সব কিছু তো আছে, টাকা আর কি লাগবে বলো তো এই মাসে। চালের আগ লাগবে, আর খুব বেশি হলে 300-400 টাকা তোমার হলে আলু ফালু যেটা যেটা খাবে সেইটা লাগবে। ধরে নিলাম 300-400 টাকা আলু লাগবে, তাহলে আমার 6 টাকা লাগবে, তাহলে পড়লো কত করে? 300 করে হলে 900 টাকা, তাহলে 900 টাকা খরচা পাওয়ার কত লাগবে? ঠিক আছে, দেখা যাক কি হচ্ছে ওখানে। আর মনে হচ্ছে একবারে কিনতে হবে, বুঝলে, কিনে নিয়ে ওটার আনতে দিলাম। এরপরে বোধহয় তুই এক কাজ কর, তোকে মুদিখান থেকে আনতে হবে। আমরা সব যেখান থেকে পয়সা বার করে মাইনের দিনকে কিনে দিচ্ছি, তো যা চাল ফাল সব কিনে দিচ্ছি, একবারে কিনে দিচ্ছি। তোর অসুবিধা হচ্ছে, ওখান থেকে আনতে হবে না। হ্যাঁ, এইখান থেকে করে নিচ্ছি। হ্যাঁ, আমরা সবাই মিলে একসাথে থেকে এক জায়গায় যা কিনলাম, এইসব মশলাপাতি এসে চাল। হ্যাঁ, এবার বাকি থাকবে আলু ফলে এসবগুলো এক বছরে আনা হবে, কেজি বাজেট করে আনা হবে, আর ওই চলতে থাকবে। এরকমভাবে করতে হবে আমার মনে হচ্ছে, নাহলে অসুবিধা হয়ে যাবে। আমি দেখছি ওরা এই মাসটা কি করে দেখি না। খবর গেলে তবেই আমি বার হবো, নাহলে বার হবো না। এমনিতে আমার ইচ্ছা ছিল না, তোমার দেখে আমার ইচ্ছা খুব উপরে, বুঝলো তো। হ্যাঁ, না হলে আমার যাওয়ার ইচ্ছা নেই। আর কিছু নিয়ে যাওয়ার আছে নাকি? ও তো সেই ইয়ে থেকে কিনে নেবো, খুনি যাওয়ার সময় ওখান থেকে 250-250 কিনে নেবো। অন্য কিছু নিলে হবে না, অন্য কিছু তরকারি করতে পারে না, শুধু পটল নিতে হবে। পটল নিয়ে যাবো, ঠিক আছে।
हैदराबाद 5 में से 3 मुकाबले हारे और किंग्स 11 कह रहे होंगे कि हम 5 मुकाबले खेले, 4 हारे और 2 ऐसे मुकाबले जो बहुत करीब थे। दिल्ली कैपिटल्स के खिलाफ तो सुपर ओवर में हारे। वो चाहेंगे कि अब यहाँ से जरा गाड़ी पटरी पे चले तो सही, क्योंकि ये हफ्ता जो है ना वो पूरी वीक है। बहुत ही क्रूशियल मैच है ये दोनों टीम के लिए, और स्पेशली किंग्स 11 के लिए। तो 4 मैच हार चुके हैं और एसआरएच भी उनको मैच जीतना बहुत जरूरी है। दोनों के लिए बहुत क्रूशियल है। टॉस जीता है, बल्लेबाजी का निर्णय लिया, शुरुआत बढ़िया है। और यहाँ पे किंग्स 11 को कमबैक करना पड़ेगा, विकेट चटकानी पड़ेगी, तभी मैच में आ सकते हैं। मुझे तो लग रहा था रवि बिश्नोई को लीड डालेंगे, यहाँ पे तो केएल राहुल ने को लीड डाल दी। बाएं हाथ की बल्लेबाज है डेविड वार्नर, शायद इसीलिए लेके आए मैक्सवेल को, और विकेट नहीं गिरा अभी तक। तो आपके जो प्रमुख गेंदबाज है, या तो पिच में बहुत घुमाव हो, जो आपके प्रमुख गेंदबाज है उनसे जरूर कराएं। ये वो मैच जिसकी हमने बात करी, दिल्ली कैपिटल्स के खिलाफ पहला मुकाबला हारे थे, रॉयल चैलेंजर्स के खिलाफ बड़ी बढ़िया जीत प्राप्त करी, उसके बाद हार हार हार, करीब मुकाबले काफी हुए, जो कहते थे कि गेम क्लोज नहीं कर पाए। शुरुआत आपने कैसी करी है वो इतनी मायने नहीं रखती, आप खत्म कैसे करते हैं। जो फिनिशिंग लाइन पे सबसे पहले पहुंचता है वही रेस जीतता है। हालांकि ये रेस काफी लंबी है, पर फिर भी जो क्लोज मुकाबले जो टीम जीतेगी वो बेहतर करेगी इस टूर्नामेंट में आगे।
Straight away, because, well, let's interview Bedry, but let's head down to the boundary for another one.
I'm delighted to introduce Anil Kumble, one of the all-time greats of the game, and of course the boss here of the Kings 11 Punjab. Anil, afternoon, evening, well, actually evening now, isn't it? Hang on, we'll just watch this ball bowl, and then you won't be surprised at my first question, I don't think. Anil, Ravi Bishnoi is a lovely talent, and it takes a big-hearted man to come on and land it against two players like Warner and Bairstow in such form.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, when we first saw him in the under-19 playing for India, we knew that he had the character and the temperament to bowl at this level, and he's been amazing over the last 5 games to bowl in the power play and also to show such character at such a young age. It's amazing to see such talent here.
You've got a lot of talent in your team. You're not quite firing as you'd like to. You went out there at the strategic timeout, and what do you tell them?
No, I think wicket. Obviously, you need to. At some point, the rub of green will come our way, and it's just a matter of time. 1 wicket is what we are looking for, and I think we've had some good games. Obviously, the points table doesn't reflect that, but like you said, there's enough talent in this squad, and we certainly believe that we can go out there and then do the job.
Can I ask you, it's a hard question, excuse me for it, but 3 wicket keepers in 3 matches. Why?
No, I think, KL Rahul obviously felt that after the first few games that he needed...
That's 6, Anil.
Yeah,
I'm afraid to tell you.
Yeah. KL Rahul needed a bit of a break. After the first few games, he felt that Nick Pooran can keep wickets. And today, obviously, we wanted Chris Gale in the playing 11. Unfortunately, he's sick and he couldn't play. And we felt, Prab Simran has shown a lot of talent over the last couple of months that he's been here. We know that he's an exciting talent. We felt that this was the game that we could give him an opportunity.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons. And Prab is a keeper, so we felt that if Prab keeps, then obviously Nick Pooran and KL can field.
So you've given us something there. Chris Gale was going to play.
Yeah, he was going to play, but he's sick. He's down with some food poisoning. Last couple of days he hasn't had. He's having a good time. So
here's a question, Anil. You know better than most. You're a young bowler, wrist spinner, and you're being hammered in your first over. What does he do? He has to dig deep, huh?
Yeah, this is the T20. You're going to get hit, so he's aware of it. He's come back really strongly in previous games, so I'm confident that he'll come back. It's just a matter of 1 wicket. I think he'll keep coming at the batsman. That's what you need to do as a spinner. It's a tough.
Sam Curran, Tewatia. Yes, he is. In fact, I want to change my captain. I've got Shreyas Iyer as captain somewhere. There he is. But I want him changed. Rahul Tuati is going to be my new skipper. I've got Pattinson and Bumrah, 2 best fast bowlers in the world, in my opinion.
Not a bad side.
Bishnoi has just been smashed.
Not a bad side. And Badgery, interesting that interview with Anil Kumble saying Chris Gale would play, which absolutely flabbergasts me. I must say, I cannot understand why you'd bring in Chris Gale. It's not as if the batting has been a problem in this tournament for Kings 11. He wouldn't have been able to open because of the way that KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal. So it would have been there to take on Rashid. Why would they make a change, do you think, for the batting when it's the bowling that is the big issue? And who would he have replaced as an overseas? Maxwell?
It's normally the other way around, isn't it? Normally the batsmen get bowled cheaply, so they sack a bowler.
Yeah,
but this is the other way around.
Yeah, that's exactly my point, Scotty. The only guy who can be replaced there is Maxwell. And, the top order is doing pretty well for Kings 11 Punjab. Perhaps the best. Probably they're up there. Best batting lineup, the openers. And Chris Gale can't bat in the middle overs. Running would be a problem in this big round. So definitely, yes, I wouldn't touch Kings 11 Punjab batting. Batting has been working really well for them. They've been a little bit unfortunate. They've been, missing it by the inches. But then, I think the bowling that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, some strange thinking.
You don't think Anil's just playing with us, do you?
No, I don't. I mean,
he was going to play.
Even back here in Mumbai, we were hearing the word that Chris Gale was going to play and bat at number 4, which was bizarre.
Do you think it might have just been a strategy, just to send the word out to send something in the opposition?
That's what I'm saying.
Perhaps. I think it might be a realistic possibility.
Oh, they could be, but I'm not sure they're playing well enough to be worrying about those sorts of games. I mean, look at it another way. It's 30 overs, 3-0 in T20 cricket since they picked up a wicket.
Ooh. Oh, yes.
30 overs.
Yes.
That must be some sort of record, surely.
But today is a brilliant batting wicket.
That's it.
Just something in the defense.
Unacademy cracking 6.
Excellent shot. David Warner is loving this track. It's just right up his alley. Hard, even cover of grass. KP mentioned in the pitch report before. Absolutely no turn for the spinner. Nothing whatsoever.
It's a belted
just
pitch.
Belter off a pitch.
It's not like it came out beautifully. That was a googly. That should have just dipped and turned away even slightly. It's just turned straight to the middle of the bat.
It's one of those wickets where you can just hit through the line, just see the line of the ball and just carry on with it.
Looking to run 2 more. Warner straight away. Usually it's Maxwell out there, but no, not this time. Just the single. 11 runs from the over, 93 without loss. So with 30 overs and pretty much everybody been given opportunity, there's been 5 bowlers used. Maybe Ashdeep deserves a chance. He's been brought in to this side as a bowler, a left armer who can bowl a lot of cutters as well. They've got to try something. Everything at the moment is not working. They're going at 10 runs and over, and if he is bowling, or whoever's bowling, I'm actually going to come in straight and just go big over alert. Yeah. Having heard the 30 overs since a wicket, I think it's
I think not. Glenn Maxwell's bowling it as well.
Yeah, I think they'll look to be aggressive. Maxwell's a smart bowler, isn't he?
Well, maybe not, because Warner's putting his helmet on. I mean, they've tried everything else. Surely it's time to go Ashdeep.
Yeah, I'm going a big over, by the way. These are the 5 bowlers that they've used. And the runs per over doesn't make great reading. Mujib's done a pretty good job without really threatening. And I thought Maxwell bowled nicely in his over as well.
Actually, Maxwell has done a pretty decent job, to be honest, on this wicket.
Here we go.
Right, this is it for me in this innings. This is it. I've had my wicket over it, and I wish I hadn't have once.
No, you can do it again. We were told yesterday you can go again.
You get 1 each, and this is it. Big over alert. And the thinking is exactly that. A youngster who is getting an opportunity. He's been brought into the side.
And as I've stated throughout this, if you have been watching us here in the select dugout, you attack certain bowlers at certain stages. It's something MS Dhoni has done well for so many years now. Pick on bowlers.
Yeah.
And this would be one of the bowlers I would be looking to target and attack, because of the fact that they're 93 without loss after 9,
yeah,
and he hasn't had opportunities in this tournament, and I can tell you he will be nervous running into bowl to these two.
If I hadn't used my wicket over already, I would go for one now, because for the exact same reasons, I think Warner will be slightly lackadaisical, will take more of a risk than he should.
That's just gone behind point, though. We'll only get the 1, so pretty nice start. Dream 11 champion fans enjoying the match from home. Current climate and the way the world is, sadly no supporters and fans in the grounds at the moment, of course, and therefore good to see everybody still cheering their hearts out.
Some good dances going on there.
Tell you what, I don't want to be KL Rahul at the moment. After that 30 overs without a wicket, he's used 5 bowling options already. Arshdeep, and youngster coming into bowl. It's almost like a make or break moment for the youngster, Arshdeep.
Well, he uses feet. He likes to use his feet sometimes, Johnny Bairstow. Stand still. They're very good together, though. I think they complement each other as well as anyone, Warner and Bairstow, and that is because they both have power. They both run between the wickets. They're both fit. And it leads to numbers like this. Average of 74 when they open the batting. Strike rate is out of the highest draw. That is elite. And 4 100-run partnerships and 5 50s. That is why they get off to a good start pretty much more often than not.
Yeah. Now, who would have thought an Englishman and an Australian could be such a perfect couple together? Especially after some of the nasty words that David Warner said to Johnny in an Ashes Test match. Ooh, he was nasty to him. Yeah. Par for the course, though, for Aussies. Par for the course. Apart from Binga. I think Brett Lee might be the nicest Australian man I've ever met. I'm putting it out there.
It's a pretty low bar, though, isn't it?
I'll go with Michael Hussey.
Oh, yeah. There's
well,
two.
There you go, there's two.
Will be a change in the select dugout. Brett Lee, Sanjay Banga will be back for the next set of 5 overs. So I'm sure you will all agree that the level of cricket intelligence will go up in that phase.
That's just Scotty being self-effacing. Fishing for compliments. It all works. Scott, you've got a very good cricket brain.
Oh, thank you.
You are second in the league for the predictions. I'm top. Where I was. I didn't think where I've rocketed down to after my recent run of form. It's been appalling. There's Johnny Bairstow and David Warner's spare bats and gloves perched on the drinks trolley.
I tell you what, our analytics boys out back have been first class, and I'm going to show you something if nothing happens after this ball. That's a dot
Show
ball.
me.
So
Show me,
my big
Scotty.
over's gone. I've already highlighted how the line to bowl to David Warner is straight and at the stumps. Well, that's the beehive of the Pacers tonight.
Wow.
94% of their deliveries aren't going anywhere near those three stumps, just the two, which, to be fair, are very good. But that is all over the place too, and that is the reason they've got off to such a fast start.
And why they've got no wickets in 31 overs.
Yeah, about to be 32.
How many bats did you used to carry around, Scotty?
Not many, because they didn't really.
Oh,
break
come on,
that
don't
off
do
there.
that.
So I would be.
You'd be a 4 or 5 man.
2 or 3.
Two or
3, probably 3. Suresh Raina is the most
the
ridiculous one. He said he had 180 bats in his house.
He did.
He might try and get back for 2. No, they'll settle for 1. Very good over from Arshdeep. Halfway through and 100 up for Sunrisers. Outstanding.
माँ हमेशा कहती है कि साफ लगने में और साफ होने में बहुत फर्क है। नहीं दिख रहा है? खुद ही देखो। और अब ये देखो। देखा? असली सफाई के लिए सिर्फ अर्बन कंपनी प्रोफेशनल क्लीनिंग।
अर्बन कंपनी, डाउनलोड द ऐप।
बिजनेस बाय, डोमेन नेम ले लिया। सही है ना?
ये तो बस पहली चाल है।
क्या भाई?
जो पहली चाल पे रुका वो हारा। डोमेन नेम पहली चाल है, फिर वेबसाइट बनाओ, ईमेल लो, तब बात बनेगी। गो डैडी, कंप्लीट ऑनलाइन बिजनेस सोल्यूशन।
Over so far, 10 gone, 100 for none. Warner 40 best at 53. As Maxwell comes in for his second over. 32 overs of 2020 cricket bowled.
Why isn't it?
Oh, like the desert, like the Gobi.
Yeah, it did help going against CSK Nantha. Will it be Maxwell? He has no luck with the bat this year. Can he turn it around with the ball?
Damn my bad luck. Sanjay, what can they do? Make a breakthrough. Because these two look ominously in good form, don't they? I think Johnny Bairstow's going to make a mistake soon. Oh, what a shot this is. The reverse late cut.
What a shot that was. I mean, just sit and admire the capacities and the talent that the batsman of today's day and age possesses. First he wanted to go the reverse sweep, and then as he saw that the ball was pitched outside his leg stump, he went for a cut as a right-hander.
I think he was laughing as he hit that as well. Oh, this is thumped by Johnny Bairstow. Oh, what? Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. Brilliant effort on the boundary. You can't be too disappointed with that. And Maxwell.
Mandeep Singh, it was on the boundary rope. Fabulous effort again. When you see such efforts on the field, despite being under the pump for such a long time, you know that the breakthrough is just around the corner.
Yeah. I thought it was Arshdeep at first, but it's Mandeep.
Wushka. Massive.
Big hit, Johnny Bairstow. An Academy cracking 6 over deep mid-wicket. Moves on to 64 from just 34. 302, 303 tournament sixes now. An air show by Bairstow. Whoever you are, whoever writes these puns, come to my house at Christmas. We'll have a riot of a time. You're a comedy genius.
Well, Maxwell thrives under pitches which have low bounce, because he's somebody who delivers the ball again from a side arm angle. he likes to angle it across to the right-hander. But now this pitch has got very good bounce. So the lengths which he is wanting to bowl are in fact working in the batsman's favour. The ball is sitting up nicely.
His man behind square too. Leg side.
This has gone. Has it gone far enough? It's certainly gone high enough. Yes, it's top tier. Johnny Bairstow's in. Beautiful nick here. Moves up to 70 from 35 now. Bingo, what can they do? What can Kings 11 do to pull this back?
Right. Look at this. Right in the wheelhouse. Towed it, actually, to be honest. Johnny Bairstow.
Top tier toe. A top tier toe, yes, that's what he can do. Just stroke your beard and appreciate it. No, full well, KL Rao, that you're going to get to bat on this wicket very soon. Did they go out of the ground? Did they go out, over the cake tin?
Nearly.
Through the ring of fire?
Big over, 18 off.
15! That's going to be 2, I think. Well pushed. This is good batsmanship, isn't it, Sanjay? Good.
Yeah, they've been very impressive. They've given no respite to the Kings 11 bowling attack. It's 120 after 11. And I want to show you one thing. The ball where David Warner attempted the reverse sweep. Now what Maxwell was trying to do is to bowl that ball outside his leg stump in his original stance. And it would have been a legitimate delivery even if he had missed it. Because when a batsman attempts a reverse sweep, then both sides are treated as offsides.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, David Warner used to bat right-hand in the nets.
Oh, did he?
And our chairman selected us one day as he's walked past, said, "Oh, who's that new player?" I said, "Oh, it's David Warner batting right-handed." That's how.
So he's a good player as well.
Anyway, light me up for a wicket alert.
Oh, there you go, big up.
120 in the kitty, and I just feel that
the drought can't go on any longer. Yep, I think you're right.
And
so
I
you're
think
going Arshdeep?
Fatigue.
That's a good comeback by Kings 11, and especially coming from Arshdeep. And good pace, he's got wheels 138.
Yeah.
But what a over was that. Johnny Bairstow going after Maxwell down the ground. If he dropped it short, it was over mid-wicket.
Yeah, and if it was in the arc, it was out of the park. So Johnny Bairstow, I called it before the game. Do you remember I said he'd get 80 today?
You did.
So he's on 72 from 36. If he's in your dream team, and I'm just thinking, I didn't put him in my dream team, and I'm devastated. Can I make some? Oh, that's not going to be a wide because it went between the keeper's legs. So it gets a round of applause. Yeah. Third keeper in 3 games. Taking it from behind for the Kings 11.
All right.
There's the Trevor Bayliss of the Sunrisers.
What he's saying here, he's saying, "Okay, mate, I want you to change of pace. You come around the wicket, change."
पहले भाप लिया। जैसे बल्लेबाजी आज हुई है, सिर्फ आज नहीं किरण भाई, वैसे 5 शतकीय साझेदारियां। अब सबसे जो बढ़िया जोड़ी है वार्नर और धवन की, से डेविड धवन की हम जोड़ी बोलते थे, 6 बार शतकीय ये भी, लेकिन ये 5 सीजन तक साथ ओपन किया था। वार्नर और बेस्टो ये तो पिछले सीजन से शुरू हुआ था, या कहें अभी तो सवा ही हुआ है।
बिल्कुल, बहुत ही बड़े खिलाड़ी है, इंटरनेशनल प्लेयर है और जानते हैं कैसा खेलना है ये फॉर्मेट में। और केएल राहुल और मयंक अग्रवाल ने बहुत ही अच्छी शुरुआत की इस आईपीएल में, और जो साझेदारी उन्होंने बनाई बहुत ही बेहतरीन बनाई और अच्छी बल्लेबाजी की। बिल्कुल दोनों चारों खिलाड़ी आप देखते हो, चारों 4 खिलाड़ी बहुत ही बेहतरीन है। और जब टीम के जो टेबल देखते हैं तो टेबल में आखिर में किंग्स 11, तो कहीं पर वहां पे जरा सोचना पड़ेगा क्या कर सकते हैं मैच जिताने के लिए। बिल्कुल आज की शुरुआत है बहुत ही बेहतरीन।
जो व्यूअर्स हैं 78% बेस्ट ऑफ वार्नर के साथ गए हैं। बहुत अच्छा आर्ग्यूमेंट और आंकड़े पेश किए हैं इन दोनों ने। जस्ट वाओ, यॉर्कर की कोशिश, लेकिन बेस्टो के बैट से जो आवाज निकली, आप जानते थे गेंद कहां चली है।
यॉर्कर डालने का प्रयास, कमाल का ये स्ट्रोक, तीर की तरफ सीधा, मिड ऑफ ऊपर था, कोई मौका नहीं किसी भी फील्डर के पास। 2-3 बाउंसेस और बाउंड्री पार, पहले ही मन बना लिया था। और जिस तरीके से स्कोरबोर्ड चल रहा है, जिस तरीके की परिस्थितियां हैं जहां पर ये मैच खड़ा है, अब तो हर गेंद स्लॉग ओवर चल रहा है पिछले कुछ समय से। और देखिए बीच के ओवर में जब बात यॉर्कर्स पे आ जाए तो इसका मतलब आप समझ सकते हैं कि जो बल्लेबाजी जो टीम कर रही है वो कितनी आगे है खेल में।
जो बल्ले की आवाज आ रही है ना, बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से गूंज रही है स्टेडियम में, यहां तक आवाज आ रही है। बढ़िया गेंद यहां पर, अच्छी वापसी।
यॉर्कर तो बहुत बढ़िया था, पर यह बात पक्की है कि विकेट नहीं मिलेगा आपको यॉर्कर तक। जब आप बात करते हैं बीच के ओवर्स में रन रोकने के लिए यॉर्कर बहुत बढ़िया, पर विकेट लेने के लिए आखिरी 2-3 ओवर 4 ओवर में ठीक है, उसके अलावा दिक्कतें आपके सामने हैं। कॉटरल ने 2 ही ओवर किए हैं, मुजीब का भी 1 ओवर बाकी है, मैक्सवेल ने भी 2 ओवर हाथ अपने घुमाए, रवि बिश्नोई पहले ही ओवर में पीछे पड़ गए दोनों बल्लेबाज उनके। अर्शदीप ने अभी तक बीच के जो ओवर किए हैं बहुत बढ़िया, पहला ही मुकाबला खेल रहे हैं, आसान नहीं होता किसी भी गेंदबाज के लिए, तो उनकी सराहना करनी होगी। देखना यह होगा कि आगे किस प्रकार इस्तेमाल करते हैं उनका कप्तान।
डेविड वार्नर स्ट्राइक पे होंगे, 47 के स्कोर पे होंगे। एक और अच्छा ओवर सनराइजर्स के लिए, 138 बिना नुकसान।
शर्मा,
छोटी चाहिए।
कहाँ जा रहे हो? नागपुर, कानपुर, सोलापुर।
सर बैंकपुर, मेरी बेटी का फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी में एडमिशन हो गया है, लोन की एप्लीकेशन, बैंक के चक्कर, इसलिए छुट्टी चाहिए।
छुट्टी कैंसिल?
सर
तुम्हारे पास आईसीआईसीआई बैंक का फिक्स डिपॉजिट है ना? ये देखो तुम्हारे पास फिक्स डिपॉजिट है, इसका मतलब कि एजुकेशन लोन है। अरे सैंक्शन लेटर ऑनलाइन मिल जाता है, छाप लो।
सर सैंक्शन लेटर
अभी जाओ कानपुर।
मुजीब अब तो इसी अंदाज में बैटिंग दिखेगी। एक छोर पे बेस्टो, दूसरे छोर पे वार्नर। 14वां ओवर और इन दोनों के बीच में सिर्फ तालमेल और रनिंग नहीं, इन दोनों की फिटनेस भी। आज तो फिर भी शाम का मुकाबला देखने, लेकिन एक मैच याद आता है जहां दिन के मुकाबले में दोनों ने शतक लगाए थे, शायद आरसीबी के खिलाफ ही। दोपहर गर्मी में और उसमें बाउंड्रीज के साथ साथ रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट भी बहुत लाजवाब थी।
कमाल की करी थी बल्लेबाजी और इसी बीच डेविड वार्नर का अर्धशतक भी पूरा हुआ।
45वां अर्धशतक डेविड वार्नर का, की जगह 46वां अर्धशतक दुबई में। आज एक बार फिर से पॉकेट साइज डायनामाइट मंच देखा और उस पे पंच लगाया।
बढ़िया बल्लेबाजी करी दोनों ही बल्लेबाजों ने और डेविड वार्नर का काम और आसान किया जॉनी बेस्टो ने। ताबड़तोड़ बल्लेबाजी शुरुआत से ही। 9 डेविड वार्नर अगर T20 की बात करें, काफी रन बनाए हैं और एक बार फिर जिस चीज की जरूरत थी सनराइजर हैदराबाद को, ऊपर से रन और ये एक और बड़ा स्ट्रोक इस बार जॉनी बेस्टो के बल्ले से।
जबरदस्त फॉर्म में है जॉनी बेस्टो। सीधा छक्का, अच्छे पोजीशन में आए और इनकी बैट चलती है ना तो रुकते नहीं है। और जब से बैट बदली है तब से तो रुक ही नहीं रहे हैं। 76 मीटर का छक्का, मुजीब अंडर प्रेशर और किंग्सले भी अंडर प्रेशर और केएल राहुल भी प्रेशर।
गेंदबाज बदल रहे हैं लेकिन ये अपने खेलने का रवैया नहीं बदलेंगे। 87 पे जॉनी बेस्टो। चौथा ओवर मुजीब का, क्या इसमें भी दूरी है? दूरी है, पूरी है। बैक टू बैक सिक्सेस।
ये बढ़िया शॉट था, गलत गेंद नहीं थी, अच्छी गेंद थी। पिकअप बहुत बढ़िया, इस दिशा में बहुत ही बेहतरीन खेलते हैं। अंदर आई गेंद, नीचे भी रही गेंद, पर पिकअप बहुत बढ़िया और बेहतरीन सिक्स।
डॉट बॉल, ये नजारे अद्भुत। जॉनी बेस्टो के अगर चौकों की बात करें फिर की गेंदबाजों के खिलाफ, क्रीज कभी करते हैं इस्तेमाल, कभी आगे कभी पीछे और बल्लों के बीचों बीच। 150 रन की साझेदारी हो चुकी है दोनों बल्लेबाजों के बीच। 14वां ही ओवर चल रहा है। ब्रेक लेने की सोच रहे हैं। दबाव पूरा का पूरा किंग्स 11 पंजाब के गेंदबाजों पर। और जिस पारी की आप चर्चा कर रहे थे जतिन, पिछले साल, उस साल भी जॉनी बेस्टो ने डेविड वार्नर से पहले कड़ाकेदार शुरुआत करी थी और उसके बाद पीछे पीछे हो लिए डेविड वार्नर। आज भी उन्होंने एक अलग प्लान अपनाया है, अलग एक रोल प्ले कर रहे हैं, पर जॉनी बेस्टो
ये आज भी आगे निकले हुए 94 पे हैं, अपने तीसरे T20 शतक से 6 दूर।
The new Vitara Brezza with a powerful 1.5-liter petrol engine. Wickedly powerful.
ये मैं कर लेता हूँ, तब तक आप ड्रीम 11 पे टीम बना लो।
Dream 11. Make your team now.
शेल्डन कॉटरल राउंड द विकेट। जॉनी बेस्टो इस शॉट के साथ कितने रन पूरे करते हैं? 2 रन पूरे करेंगे। दूसरे आईपीएल शतक के नजदीक पहुंचते हुए 96 पे। अच्छा याद दिलाया इन दोनों ने। तो अब तक जैसा साल गुजरा है, सब अपनी पुरानी वेकेशन सेलिब्रेशन की फोटोज और वीडियो शेयर कर रहे हैं #थ्रोबैक के साथ। आज इन्होंने थ्रोबैक किया है कि किस तरीके से 2019 में साथ खेल रहे थे।
और अभी टूर्नामेंट में बहुत अर्ली है कि देखिए 2-3 मुकाबलों में अगर आपकी साझेदारी नहीं बनी, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि देखिए आप आगे बना नहीं सकते। पिच भी बड़ी कमाल की है आज, चटाकेदार पिच, गेंदबाजों के लिए दिक्कत, और उसका भरपूर फायदा उठाया अभी तक दोनों ही बल्लेबाजों ने। और सनराइजर की टीम मैनेजमेंट उम्मीद करेगी कि आगे चल के भी कुछ इसी तरीके की साझेदारियां निभाएं।
पिछले मैच जो हुआ था सीएसके ने 180 बनाए थे, 81 बनाए थे, विकेट कोई नहीं गया था। आज भी विकेट नहीं गई है, तो ये पिच तो बहुत ही बढ़िया है। और आज जो रन ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएंगे, 225 बनते हैं, तो इतना आसान नहीं होगा। गेंदबाजी बढ़िया है एसआरएच के पास, और बल्लेबाजी भी है किंग्स 11 के पास।
शॉट लगाना चाहते थे, वापस बेस्ट और स्ट्राइक पे। किरण भाई आपने जो बात की, विकेट अच्छी है, और अब ये 15वां ओवर चल रहा है। पिछला मुकाबला, ये मुकाबला किंग्स 11 ने विकेट नहीं निकाला। सिर्फ विकेट अच्छी है या गेंदबाजी में भी प्रॉब्लम है?
नहीं, बिल्कुल गेंदबाजी और आपकी सोच क्या है जब गेंदबाजी करते हो। कप्तानी में मुझे लगा थोड़ी सी कमी दिखे आज। केएल राहुल पहली बार कर रहे कप्तानी आईपीएल में, तो आपकी मिस्टेक्स होगी, पर यहाँ पे सीखना है आपको। कब बॉल स्विंग होती है, कभी फास्ट बॉल को गेंदबाजी देनी है, कभी स्पिनर को गेंदबाजी देनी है। मुझे लगा आज मोहम्मद शमी को दूसरी ओवर देनी जरूर थी।
लेग स्टंप से बाहर जाती गेंद,
तो बिल्कुल थोड़ा सा मुझे लगा वहां पे चुके। और देखो ये क्रिकेट है, इसमें 2-3 विकेट अभी आती है, रन कम होते हैं, तो बिल्कुल 200, 210 चेस हो सकते इस पिच पर।
और डेविड वार्नर जो अक्सर बात करते हैं ना, जैसे हमने शो में बात करी थी कि 170 के आसपास बनेंगे, और डेविड वार्नर को कहते पाया गया है 30-40 रन अगर और बन जाते तो आज ही जो हम चर्चा कर रहे थे 170, उससे 40-30 तो आपके आगे बन जाएंगे। ये बात तो पक्की है।
शायद अपनी पारी को जहन में रखते हुए बोलते होंगे। देखिए, अगर मैं खेला डेविड वार्नर की तरह तो फिर आप 30 रन तो अतिरिक्त मान के चलिए, वो स्ट्राइक रेट में मैं कवर अप कर लूंगा। 159 बिना नुकसान। इस अंदाज से इस ओवर में गेंद लहराई थी जिसकी आपने अभी बात सुनी, क्या और गेंदबाजी कराई जा सकती थी वहीं पे? मोहम्मद शामी, शेल्डन कॉटरल, टाइमिंग थी, ताकत थी, और आज नेचुरल गेम की तरफ रुख किया। डेविड वार्नर जैसे खेलते आए हैं, जो इनकी रेपुटेशन है, आज वो फिर याद दिलाई।
और जिस तरीके का पिच है, दोनों ही बल्लेबाजों को काफी सूट करता है कि गेंद बल्ले पे आ रहा है। अबू धाबी में हमने देखा पिच थोड़ा सा धीमा हुआ था, पर आज नहीं। आज जो भी गेंद बल्ले पे आई है वो सीमा पार गई है। एक बार भी ऐसा नहीं लगा कि कोई गेंद फंस रहा है, रुक रहा है। अगर दूसरी पारी में थोड़ा भी गेंद गीला हुआ तो मजा आने वाला है। अगर ऊपर से शुरुआत अच्छी मिल गई, अभी 5 ओवर आप अच्छे रोक डालें और 210, 215 के आसपास रोकें। 5 ओवर में 55 रन दे रहा हूं, उसके बावजूद भी ये कह रहा हूं अगर अच्छा डालें, क्योंकि आउट कोई नहीं है। तो अगर आपने 210 और 220 के आसपास रहा और ये खिलाड़ी चले केएल राहुल, तो फासन योर सीट बेल्ट, पेटियां बांध लीजिए कुर्सी की।
एक शॉट दूर, इंतजार करना होगा। सिपाही को भी थोड़ा गुस्सा आता हुआ। 160 पे कोई विकेट मिली नहीं है, लाजमी सी बात, लेकिन इंतजार करना होगा जॉनी बेस्टो को, शायद सभी दर्शकों को भी। ड्रीम 11 आईपीएल 2020 का क्या तीसरा शतक आ रहा है। 2.5 मिनट के बाद सीएट टाइज स्ट्रेटेजिक टाइम आउट के उस पार।
ये मैं कर लेता हूँ यार, आप जाके ड्रीम 11 पे टीम बनाओ ना।
ड्रीम 11, मेक योर टीम नाउ।
अरे हिसाब सिंपल हो गया।
यस, खाता बुक क्यूआर पेमेंट, ये सब ऐप से पेमेंट एक्सेप्ट करता है और फुल हिसाब को एक जगह दिखाता है। खाता बुक, बिजनेस हुआ इजी मैन, हुआ इजी मैन।
Power is, you only understand it when you feel it, you know?
Volkswagen.
You want Zero Soda, open to more.
अरे हाथ को तो नहीं लगी।
20 रुपए दे।
किस बात के?
भाई बॉल कोने के
पकड़ सकता था वो।
भाई बॉल उसको छुई नहीं, छूती तो वो देता, अब नहीं छुई तो तू देगा ना।
यार
मुझे पता था नहीं, ऐसा घर से लेके।
ड्रीम 11।
ये देख सारे प्लेयर की परफॉर्मेंस।
वाह भाई, काश म्यूचुअल फंड्स में भी ऐसा होता, सारे फंड्स और उनके परफॉर्मेंस देखने मिल जाते।
तो है ना, म्यूचुअल फंड सही है .com पर जा, वहाँ पे हर फंड का परफॉर्मेंस देखने मिल जाएगा।
नाइस।
लेकिन सिर्फ पास्ट परफॉर्मेंस पे मत जाना, आगे क्या होगा किसी को नहीं पता।
बात तो सही है।
वो दिखा दो
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
Cricket season is here and so are the festivals. Use premium services on MyDTDC app and get fastest deliveries across India. Stay safe, ship with MyDTDC.
बाउंड्रीज बदल गई, बॉल बदल गई, बैट बदल गए, शोर बदल गया, स्कोर बदल गया, अपना क्रिकेट बदल गया। अब उसे फॉलो करने का तरीका बदल देते हैं। cricket.com, cricket like never before.
खत्म होता हुआ सीएटा स्ट्रेटेजिक टाइम आउट। जॉनी बेस्टो 97 के स्कोर पे इंतजार किया, लेकिन इसमें किंग्स 11 पंजाब ने सोचा होगा क्या हम इस कहानी में अब भी ट्विस्ट ला सकते हैं, क्या बैक टू बैक विकेट्स ले सकते हैं। यही सोच रखनी होगी, अपने आप को बैक करना होगा। 5 ओवर का खेल बचा है, लेकिन फैंस ये भी इंतजार कर रहे हैं जॉनी बेस्टो के शतक का। ऑरेंज आर्मी, ओ बॉय, हर जगह से मुंबई में किंग्स 11 पंजाब के फैन, मेहसाना में पूरा परिवार साथ में, पुणे राजगंगपुर में तो अच्छे से प्रिंट आउट लेके भी बैठे हैं। लेकिन अब वो प्रिंट आउट नहीं, जो नोट्स होते हैं डगआउट में, वो क्या शेयर किए गए हैं इन आखिरी 5 ओवर्स के लिए। मोहम्मद शामी का बचा है 1, शेल्डन कॉटरल का बचा है 1, रवि बिश्नोई इनके प्रमुख लेग स्पिनर हैं। 1 ओवर में 18 रन पड़े जरूर थे। उस समय अनिल कुंबले बातचीत भी कर रहे थे और उन्होंने कहा ये लेग स्पिनर है, रन पड़ते हैं लेकिन बैक कर वापसी।
इनका मूड तो नहीं बन रहा वापसी करने का।
वो अच्छी स्ट्रैटेजी होगी। कैच हिट की मांग गई तो बहुत ऊपर है, नीचे मैक्सी। बहुत लंबे समय से इंतजार विकेट का, सिर्फ इस मैच में नहीं पिछले मैच में भी विकेटलेस थे बॉलर्स। क्या देर आए और दुरुस्त आए। वार्नर का विकेट
और जंबो खुश हुआ, अनिल कुंबले काफी खुश। जरूरत थी विकेट की किंग्स 11 पंजाब को और मिली किसके द्वारा? रवि बिश्नोई। काफी प्रभावित किया इस गेंदबाज ने। पहला ओवर अच्छा नहीं गया और आसान सा कैच मैक्सवेल के हाथ में और चलता किया कप्तान डेविड वार्नर को।
अर्धशतकीय पारी खेल के कैप्टन डेविड वार्नर वापस जाते हुए, लेकिन नींव रख दी इस बड़ी इमारत के लिए। कमाल की साझेदारी बेस्टो के साथ, तान चला सीना तान। 52 की नॉक वार्नर की 160 पे।
भैया सुनो ना, 1 डजन एप्पल लेके आना और मेरे लिए नींबू मिर्ची।
स्मार्टफोन से लेके कार लोन पे धमाकेदार डील्स विद kxip बैंक फेस्टिव ट्रीट्स ऑफ ऑल इट्स पॉसिबल।
ले आइए उकाया होम इन्वर्टर बैटरी। इसकी एडवांस ट्यूबुलर टेक्नोलॉजी देती है क्विक रिचार्ज एंड लॉन्गर बैकअप। उकाया, नेवर स्टॉप इंडिया।
₹465 रनों के बाद एक विकेट मिली है किंग्स 11 के बॉलर्स को। थोड़ा इंतजार। रवि बिश्नोई, जॉनी बेस्टो, इंतजार। पिछली गेंद तो विकेट गिरी है, लेकिन इस गेंद का इंतजार बेस्टो को, SRH फैंस को। 97 पे KL राहुल, मयंक अग्रवाल, 2 नाम जिन्होंने अब तक इस सीजन में शतक बनाए हैं। क्या शतक आ रहा है इस टीम के खिलाफ। 1 हिट दूर है। इंतजार।
कुछ इस प्रकार आउट हुए डेविड वार्नर। ऊंची तो काफी गई पर लंबी नहीं। आसान सा कैच मैक्सवेल के हाथ में और सही समय पे विकेट मिल गई। थोड़ा देर हुए क्योंकि 97 पे हैं जॉनी बेस्टो, तो कुछ गेम आप धीमा कर सकते हैं। 3, 4, 5 गेंदें। क्या बड़ा स्ट्रोक लगाने की तरफ जाएंगे? गेंद भी बढ़िया थी। देखिए बतौर बल्लेबाज चाहे T20 मुकाबला हो, 97 रन 54 गेंदे, किरण भाई मन तो करता है आपका शतक बनाने का, थोड़ी सोच तो होगी उस तरफ बल्लेबाज।
बिल्कुल प्रेशर तो होता है हमेशा, और ये बड़ी विकेट, और मैं दाद देना चाहता हूं बिश्नोई को। हिम्मत है लड़के में, इस समय पे आके गेंदबाजी की और विकेट चटकाई, और उसके बाद 2 गेंद बहुत बढ़िया की, और वो भी सेट बैट्समैन के सामने। बढ़िया गेंद, यहां पर थोड़ी सी लगा मुझे डाउन द लेग जा सकती है।
सब लेग बिफोर विकेट की तरफ इशारा कर रहे थे, लेकिन क्या उस बीच में कंफ्यूजन, और किंग्स 11 पंजाब को विकेट मिली है दूसरे अंदाज में। केएल राहुल, उन्होंने तो अपना निर्णय दे दिया है।
Copy. Just DRS. Third umpire to director. Yeah, we have a referral for LBW first. Yeah. Ball is passing close to the bat. Just replay, just rock and roll it there. Okay, please show me the ultra edge to check. Yeah, if any bat is involved. Okay, flat line. Just play it one more time. Okay, flat line. Let's move on to ball tracking when you are ready. Outside of impact, line, wickets, hitting. Yeah, take me on field.
Yeah, pretty easy decision for the third umpire to give, running through the process. An outstanding innings. They lose one, they lose two. Maybe a chance for Kings 11 to finish this inning strongly. 160 for 2.
क्या ढूंढ रहे हो?
हाँ? वो प्याज।
प्याज या प्याज?
घर पे किंगफिशर। वाह, क्या प्लान है।
So 220 deliveries to pick up a wicket, and another one 3 balls later. Off the mark straight away. Manish Pandey in at number 4.
They started well, Sunrisers Hyderabad, with the partnership between Warner and Bairstow. Now it will be interesting to see. They still have to finish well, because this is a passage of play wherein if they finish well, they can well be around 200, and if they do not, then they will be under par, because this is a very good wicket to bat on. 161 for 2 after 16. And what do we have? We have our very own Scotty Styris on the floor to display something about how Manish Pandey plays against spin.
Yeah, I do, and I want to show you some things that we've noticed with Manish Pandey, particularly leg spinners, and the way the ball turns. Now, let's show you some footage about the way he played 2019 versus 2020. This is 2019, where he's loving going over the offside. Doesn't really matter what the line is, but he likes to hit over the offside. This year, it's all about the leg side. It's like he's completely changed his, in modus operandi, and that is borne out by the numbers too. 45% of his runs in 2019 over the offside. When we flip that around to this year's tournament against the spin, it's the opposite. 69% of his runs are coming in that leg side region. So I think there's a reason for it. And I want to show you even more so that when you look at the actual numbers and you break it down, not just percentages, and you look at his average and strike rate over 2019 and 2020, then I think you'll start to see a bigger picture of what's happening with Manish Pandey. And he's got an opportunity maybe with Bishnoi bowling another over. 2019, he averaged 47 with the bat at a strike rate of 119. 2020, it's just 26 at barely over a run a ball. And I think there's a reason for that. And that is that he is selling out for power. And by what I mean by that is he's hit 3 sixes already this year by playing that slog sweep that have gone into the leg side. In 2019, when his numbers were better, he only hit 1 6 over the offside. So he's playing as a batsman, more traditional batsman. Well, that could be out. Yeah, there it is, caught and bowled. He won't last long tonight, does Manish Pandey, but still, they are well and truly back into this match.
Yeah, they are. So if you look at the scoreboard now, 160, they were eyeing off 230, I reckon. And all of a sudden, they've got 3 quick wickets back-to-back. Arshdeep, roll the fingers over it. And nothing shot really. Might have popped a little bit. Gets the wicket. So he's done a good job here tonight, in considering what is a pretty nice batting wicket. Pandey goes for 1. Caught and bowled Arshdeep. 165 for 3.
Make no mistake about it, this is a pressure cooker situation. But incredible wrist work by Sehwag there. A lesson for all youngsters watching. Vim Jal, what a player.
Whether it's cricket or your career, the more you learn, the more you grow. Log on to Great Learning and choose an online program from the world's best universities. Power ahead with Great Learning.
The youngsters for Kings 11 bringing them back into this match. 2 wickets in the last over for Ravi Bishnoi. And now Arshdeep has joined the party. So 3 for 1 Sunrisers have lost. And that 200 suddenly looking a long way away.
This has been a good performance from Arshdeep. If you look at his pitch map, how he's bowled, when the going was tough, when they were going for a lot of runs here, you see how he rolled his fingers to get that cotton ball off Manish Pandey. But what he did before that, and he showed a lot of character in how he bowled when Bairstow and Warner were rampaging, is he bowled the fuller lengths. A lot of the balls were Yorker length balls, which was meant that they didn't get under the ball quite a lot, and in fact it restricted their scoring rate when they were going at 10, 12 runs and over.
And this is what wickets does as well, isn't it? He's bowled really well, Arshdeep, mixing it up as you suggested. But they have not scored many. They got 1 run off Bishnoi's last over, and now 3 balls into this over, they've got nothing. And it's been the 2 youngsters. The energy of youth, Binger.
It is. It's great. It's great to see. I also think it's the angle and the style of bowl that he is. He's not super quick, but he's bowling a lot of off-cutters, riding the thumb over it, coming from wide the crease, around the wicket, creating that angle. Watch where he lets the ball go from.
Yeah, over the offside, Williamson. Mid-off was up. Will run it down. They should get 3, though.
Wait.
And we've also got another snapshot. We also had another snapshot with regards to how to attack Sunrisers. It was a run out anyway if it wasn't an LBW of Bairstow. If you can break this opening partnership, you're well into the Sunrisers. The middle order problems are still there. Where's the power? I know Abdul Samad is only faced the 1 ball, but it doesn't have that look to it, does it? That, say, Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya.
Well, you think about KKR,
Yeah, KKR. CSK at their best with Dhoni and Jadeja even. That's one big hole that this team can't seem to find a way of bridging.
And that's where the big auctions are so important, because if you do not get your team right or the personnel right in that big auction, then you are left with very little to choose from in the mini auctions. And that's where I think they let go of Deepak Hooda and Yusuf Pathan, who are doing a job for them at number 5 or number 6. It'll be some time before a Virat Singh or a Priyamga start delivering for them, because they are youth, they are talented players. It will take some time for them to get used to batting in these numbers.
Well, they've gone for the 4 big named overseas, really, haven't they? Who can't be moved. They're set in stone, but then there's not the same level of Indian talent, especially with no Bhuvi. Rashid Khan is always going to play. Warner's always going to play 165 for 3. As is Bairstow. There's really only Williamson position.
And that's where Brett was wanting Billy Stanley to play, but with the kind of middle order batting that they have at the moment, no matter how badly they would have loved to play him, but there's simply no case or no place for him to come in, because if they get away from the 3 overseas batsmen, it upsets the balance or the strength of the team big time.
Yeah, so 165 for 3, 2 overs ago they're at 160. Still sitting in a nice position. Where do we see them getting to now with Williamson and Samad in?
Well, that's a good graphic, that, because the 11th over went for 20, right? But other than that, you might say the 14th was a big over too, but they need from 14 up backwards up to 20. That's where they need the big overs. They need the 15, 20s, 25s types of things that we've seen from other different teams. Need some big hits.
Oh, using his feet, but I'm not sure he's got enough. Parries it away for 4. Oh, they're not helping themselves. Nicholas Porton, who's been a star for them in the field in this tournament.
I just wonder, was he too far off the line maybe? In the 18th over, he should be right back on the boundary. I know it's a bigger boundary than what we see up at Sharjah, but just look, see, he's off his mark there. Long way in. Burst through the hands.
That's right in front of Jonty Rhodes as well, the fielding coach. So don't look up, I would suggest, and at your mates in the dugout. And that'll be a frustrated coach too. Coaches, Wasim Jaffa there next to him. And they do bring up the 170. Loves the googly. That was the traditional leg spinner. Great use of the feet, just not quite timing it. That's just sloppy.
Should we invite him back in the dugout? Our former colleague, Mr. Kumble.
Nice stop, Bishi.
If you have a look at the catch, Nicholas Puran has pulled out a stunning, some stunning efforts, some stunning fielding efforts. But here, you look at his positions, how his palms were. Generally, for flat catches, the dominant hand, which is his left hand, has to be ahead of the non-dominant hand. And there you saw that it was sort of a weak reverse cup.
Chipped in the air, but it's nicely placed. Another couple. 8 runs so far, 4 balls. Trying to find the momentum to finish this innings off, and they need it because of the injury to Bhuvaneshwar Kumar means there's a lot of inexperienced bowlers in this group. Rashid Khan, of course, cannot forget the impact that he's likely to have in the second innings, but Khalil is back. I think that will help. Anil Kumble, loving Anil Kumble there, having a chat to Nicholas Puran, telling him to concentrate on what's coming. This has got to be a chance. I don't think he's got it all the way. Well done. The youngster's got it. Arshdeep takes the catch, and again Bishnoi picks up another.
Arshdeep under the high catch. Set himself, controlled, and took it. Bishnoi. So he's been good at the death. Maybe he's Dr. Death. It was there to hit, and just too much elevation from Samad. Arshdeep, look at him. He's set. Straight in. Nice catch.
Just wondering, what's all the issues with catching at this venue? It was nicely taken by the youngster. Couldn't get going, Abdul Samad. 173 for 4.
फास्ट रजत बॉलिंग कर।
अरे अभी 3 बॉल बाकी है।
बुम बुम यहाँ फास्ट नहीं चलता है। तेरा मिनी ओवर चल कोने कट ले।
ड्रीम 11
अच्छा फिनिश करेंगे। अच्छा फिनिश करना। चल जरा।
So that double for Williamson, 175 for 4. Well, a couple of gentlemen on that list are going to need to bat well in this second innings. KL Rahul currently with the orange cap. And if we were to look at the purple cap, all the players at the top of that are the teams that are winning.
Which proves my point.
Which is? Enlighten
matches.
They do, and the way Sunrisers bowlers, Kings 11 bowlers have brought the team back into the game. 21 runs in the last 4 overs, and 4 wickets have been taken by them. You will see at the last 3 overs now, 16 to 20 has not been the strong area for Kings 11 Punjab. They've gone at over 14-15 runs and over so far in the tournament, in the games that they have played. But in this match, in the last 3 overs, they've picked up 4 wickets for 15 runs. So maybe they're trying to probably pull it back in that, the weakest department of their game.
I think they've worried so much about their death bowling, they've forgotten about the first 15.
Well, it's a fascinating place for them to go from here. Cottrell's got 1 left. Shami's got 1 left. Maxwell's got 2. Bishnoi's got 1 and Arshdeep's got 1. They could go with the 2 youngsters. Oh, that's nicely struck, but again, it's a big boundary. Taken beautifully. Nicholas Puran. He's dropped the one in the previous over and he gets Priyam Garg first ball.
Geez, the Kings 11 are back in this. Still 1 to 200 and straight away. Massive pump off the bat. Nice angled seam. Arshdeep once again picks up a wicket. Good catch there from Nicholas Puran.
He almost made a meal of that one as well. A long way in from the boundary, as you suggested, Brett Lee. And then had to catch it over his shoulder. But it stuck. That's the most important thing. Out first ball. 175 for 5. So this innings has been made a bit of a mess now. 160 for none has turned into 175 for 5. And it's all happened in the space of about 3 overs, 3.1 overs. So the middle order still can't get going. Williamson is there, but you're into the youngsters. Maybe it's a Rashid Khan needs to come out. I know Abhishek Sharma is not a bad striker of the ball as well, but it's not even the internationals, whether it be Indian internationals, Mohammad Shami, Cottrell, the overseas, Mujib, who's bowled out, but Maxwell. It's the two young Indian kids who are standing up to be counted.
And that's wonderful to see. Arshdeep and Bishnoi, who have been impressive so far. Bishnoi picking up those 3 wickets. Arshdeep again, 2 wickets in the last 2 overs. They've shown great temperament, fabulous temperament, and brought back the team into the game.
We're still 11 balls to go. But if they can keep Kings 11 can keep Sunrisers into the 190s, even below 195, that will be a monumental effort. And I think a score where they believe on this pitch, which looks a good one, they can possibly chase this down.
I agree 100%. And I was going to say the exact same thing. I reckon even under 200, from where they could have been looking at 240 at one stage. 100 off 10 overs exactly. None for 160 off 15. So, yeah, this has been a great comeback, considering that their death bowling was pathetic. And I mean that with all due respect. They've had a real tough time, the Kings 11.
And it should be a bit of a kick up the backside too for if it is the 2 youngsters and they do go to Bishnoi, which I would throw the ball to Bishnoi. Why not? For the final over.
Yep.
You know, how are these 2 young Indian stars outshining everybody else? Where's the timing? All the way. That is beautifully struck. First ball. Maybe a counter punch now.
Wonderful shot from Abhishek Sharma. He's a very talented kid. That languid grace of a left-hander. Nice downswing. Staying deep inside the crease as well. Expecting that Yorker end delivery. And it's what Sunrisers require at this stage. Few lusty blows towards the end.
I reckon that's Outross super strike of the match.
It's a great way to get your innings going in the slot, but now the pressure's back on Arshdeep after being hit for that 6. Looks to change the pace, perhaps, or does he still go for the Yorker?
No, I think pace off. I think pace off's a good option, or make him try to hit towards the offside. So he's very strong straight. It's a previous wicket. So maybe a wide line Yorker, or even a pace back of a wicket outside off stump. So has to reach for it.
I get a feeling too, Sanjay, that he likes the bowler cutter. That is nicely done. Geez, impressive tonight. That's the quicker Yorker, even a little bit of reverse into the feet, but he's showing the batsman the pace now. Does he stick there with that Yorker once more, or would you like to see the slower back of the length, slower ball wider perhaps?
If he can execute that Yorker as he's just done then that to me is like a great confidence thing. So it's fantastic that he's nailed that. So yes, he can definitely do that again. Or now we can try to change it up and not be predictable.
So what are you going for? Tell us what he would do.
I think he'll bang it in the wicket and go wide, personally.
There we go. Perfect, Brett Lee. And in the gap, can't stop it. So the batsman, Abhishek Sharma, up to the task.
Yeah, lovely counter punch.
Fantastic again from Abhishek Sharma. Just faced 3 deliveries so far, but again he's showing his range of shots, not losing shape. That was the key, not trying to overhit the ball. And boy, isn't he happy. David Warner likes that.
So that 200 all of a sudden is looking on again if they can finish with a big over.
Yeah.
Would you keep with that youngster with Bishnoi, or do you just say, look, I'll hold you back now and I'll go to Mohammad Shami?
Well, Mohammad Shami's been crunched at the end too, so I'd go Bishnoi.
Good Yorker.
Hold on to it.
Yeah, just a single. Well done though, young man. 12 runs from the over. 187 for 5. So match 23 in the Dream 11 IPL. And it should be a good one too, because you've got the team that's currently at the top of the table, the Delhi Capitals, and they are in fine form. They smashed RCB in that last match up against Steve Smith. Maybe Ben Stokes will be back. He's got quarantine to get through. Once that happens, he'll be back in that side, I'm sure. You can join us as always from 7:20 p.m. and that match is in Sharjah. Expect a lot of runs. Delhi and Mumbai sitting up there pretty, 4 wins apiece, 8 points. And that match tomorrow, Rajasthan. Second from the bottom. They need to start winning, but they will go back to Sharjah. That's where their 2 victories have come from. For their first 2 matches, they've lost everywhere away from Sharjah and are unbeaten there.
They've loved to play there. Some of the batsmen, especially Sanju Samson, has loved batting on those surfaces. It'll be a great match for sure. 20th over right. What's Abhishek Sharma against Mohammad Shami? They haven't opted for Bishnoi.
It's in the slot, wasn't it?
Oh, he's missed out on that.
That's the difference between a new batsman at the crease. That's his first delivery from someone with real pace, and he was just a little inside half of the bat, not quite timing it. But what do you make of this decision to go with Shami over Bishnoi?
Well, I mean, Bishnoi rather bowled well tonight, 3 for 29 off his 3, so that's what he would finish on. But then you look at Mohammad Shami, he's been around a long time, he's played a lot of IPL, he's been in the Indian cricket team for a long time, got heaps of experience. This is where he just has to back himself as a bowler. Just back yourself, back your length. If you have to commit to that Yorker, commit to it 100%.
And he would go Yorker because with that sort of a slightly shaped back in, he loves bowling with the reverse when the ball is reversing. Not at this time. Kane Williamson, who stays very low, and that's what helps him quite a lot to get under the balls which are fuller length, punishing him over covers.
And you think too that when you have a look at, you know, their economy rates at the death, Mohammad Shami's going for 14.6 on average. So 14.6 runs per over on average. That means he's going for a lot higher as well on occasions. 5 off 2.
I've always been a believer in trusting people to do the role that they've been picked for. So I can understand the decision. Maxwell and KL Rahul coming in to chat. Now, Mohammad Shami's job in this team is to bowl at the death. So I want him to own that, and I give him the ball. It must have been tempting, though, with the way Bishnoi was able to come back after that. Let's break his figures down. 3 for 29 off 3. He went for 18. He got pasted in that first over. But his last 2 overs, he's got 3 for 11. 3 for 11 in 2 overs. And most importantly, he was able to actually put some pressure on the batsman. Now, Williamson timing. Wow, that is all the way. Unacademy cracking 6, and a magnificent way to finish this innings off with a 4 and a 6 in the first 3 balls.
Yeah, wrong choice of deliveries. Wrong choice, and again the slower ball. It seemed slower, yes, the knuckle ball. When you have the pace, when this hint of reverse swing, need to go Yorker. That's what was required.
Ultra's supercharged mode came Williamson. A strike rate of 212 so far. So just 2 short now of the 200. And a very good Yorker. Yeah, I'm not a fan, Brett Lee, of part-timers or non-specialist death bowlers doing that job if you can help it. Where do you sit? Do you like it as well, Sanjay?
Well, look, I think also too, just quickly on that, I get what you're saying, and if you're there to bowl at the death, you know, you're there to bowl at the death, but there's times too where you're actually missing your length, and that's fine. That's maybe when you can't say, or you have to say to the captain, I can't bowl the death until I get my confidence back, or have a few games off. And I reckon that's happening with Shami at the moment.
And the gap should be out, Maxwell. He doesn't drop him. Outstanding in the field. Abhishek Sharma, nice innings though, 12 for him of just 6 deliveries.
Again going Yorker, Shami. That's what has worked for him. And he likes to bowl. Again, the ball tailing in a bit. Abhishek Sharma trying to get under it. But that's where he gets caught in the deep. Maxwell making no mistake. 6th wicket down for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Abhishek goes for 12. It's 199 for 6.
So final ball, and you would hope from Sunrisers' point of view that they crossed. Williamson, the man who's faced the 9 deliveries, to face the final ball. Yeah, Rashid Khan looks like he's going to the non-strikers end.
Well, they've got their 200 essentially, haven't they? 199 on the board. Even if it's a dot ball here, it's 200 to win. So
psychological.
It is. It's bigger than 185 what it could have been.
They want to come back for 2. They should get there. 2 fresh players. They'll make it with ease. And that will be the end of the innings. A massive over, 14, continuing that stretch of 14 runs per over at the death. Shami's 4 overs for 40, and Sunrisers, due to that opening partnership worth 160, get through to 201 at the end of their innings.
And wonderful fight back from Kings 11 Punjab as well in the last 5 overs. Brilliant from Arshdeep and Bishnoi, 2 youngsters stepping up and doing the job, which means that Kings 11 Punjab will go into the dressing room believing that they can still win this game.
It was outstanding batting at the top, and it came about, well, that phase in the middle. That is usually where teams are maybe looking for a boundary from here and there, but looking to really set themselves up for the death. And the death overs ended up being okay, but they lost a lot of wickets. But Bairstow and Warner were brilliant. The opening stand, 160, their 5th century opening stand in their short IPL careers together. They are so important to this team, and I thought Johnny Bairstow deserved 100. He was out LBW to the impressive youngster Ravi Bishnoi, who picked up both Warner and Bairstow in the same over. But still big problems. Cottrell, Mujib, Shami, Maxwell, not that threatening is the short answer to what we saw from them tonight. And that is the main reason why the 201 is on the board. But they've got the talent, Kings 11. They've got a very strong batting lineup themselves, so they will need 202. They'll do it at just over 10 runs and over. We will take a break, come back with the top moments of the first innings. Straight down the ground. That is in his zone, and it's just a question whether it's gone. Just a boundary.
Is this a change of approach from